Oh, not too bad.
This is a very nice. Well, you did good ducking in. I'm impressed with the ducking.
Thank you very much. It's taken me a while, but yeah.
That's a man that's knocked himself.
And I see. My name is Jim. I'm a first-time steampunk attendee.
Oh, hello,
long-time
Jim.
steampunk fan.
Good.
Are you the local author?
I am the local.
I've heard your reputation has spread near and far from over that corner.
Wow. That's how local I am.
Wood told me about it. And for me, I started off with a Difference Engine, the William Gibson, and tried a couple of different bits and pieces. Didn't really find my genre. And when they said you were an author, I thought, well, I'm sold. So.
Awesome.
Tell me your inspiration. How did you get into it?
So,
and I hope you don't mind. I am recording.
No, you record away. So, the initial book is a collection of short stories. It's based on what used to happen is in the Victorian England, the publishing houses wanted to publish loads of really good books about the world, but they couldn't afford to send people out there. So when they would find people going on grand tours or like visits to other countries, they would give them £200 and say, write us a book about the animals of that country. And of course these people would say, oh cool, and they would take the money, but they would be big game hunters. So although these books were like the David Attenborough books of the day, would tell you all about the animals, they would also, without seeing any irony, tell you exactly what calibre of rifle you needed to take that animal down. And then they would end up with each section would end up with the most convoluted hunting stories, which became the most fantastic, because they knew no one had been there, so they would just make them smell fun. So it's like Fisherman's Tales. So this book came out, and I used the idea of Major Jack Union was one of these guys, but he hunts monsters. So it's the same premise. It's a collection of short stories which tells you about monsters from Victorian literature as if they're real. Tells you about them in a very naturalistic way, but then tells you how to hunt them, and then has a hunting anecdote at the end of a short story about him hunting one of those monsters. So that was the first book. That was so popular that my publisher asked me to do a novel. So I decided, rather than about that character, I thought about a young boy who leaves Sri Lanka and comes to Victorian England to be in, because he's mixed race, to be in an orphanage. He's completely shunned by everybody because he's mixed race, listed being Victorian England, and no PC that anyone has to be around. And he realises the children are falling ill, and he thinks, if I can find out why they're falling ill, they'll all like me. So he looks through books about, are they eating berries they shouldn't, is the food, are they getting a sickness, and then he finds this book as a journal in one of his teacher's travel chests, and he realises that the school is under attack from a monster, and then with a gypsy girl he uses this to help defend the orphanage and saves the orphanage. But because he becomes such a good monster hunter, the people that were responsible for this then hire him as an apprentice, and in the next book he goes to Manchester to start his apprenticeship as a monster hunter.
Wonderful.
So
what a wonderful thread through.
Yeah.
Did it evolve? Or
it did evolve. I mean, when I wrote this, I literally just wrote this for myself because I thought it was funny. And then when a publisher picked it up and said, we love it, we want to publish it, so I go, brilliant. And and that sold so well that then they turned around and said, we need you we need you to write a novel now. And so that's how it progressed through the period.
Fantastic. Well, I'm sold, but all books for a £5, is that all
books
three?
For a £5, so you can get all three for £15.
Right.
Or £5 for the one you want.
And how much for a signed copy?
The same amount. I will not charge you extra.
A personalised message?
Yeah. I was going to say, do I have to knock money off for writing it?
I'm not accepting this. Someone scribbled in it.
My father told me never to write in books, and now as an author I'm allowed to write in books.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, if you wouldn't mind, I'll go the 15, and if you could put just a 2-spanner.
Yeah, 2-spanner.
Yes. Well, absolutely.
The traditional way. Okay. Spanner time.
I span the genres of time and space,
nice.
But my friends think I'm an idiot, so they call me Spanner for that reason.
I
twist it into
just my books.
Right, there we go.
Best choice you've ever made.
Perfect. And Cake is an underground organisation for competitive with tea or not?
No, it's the Cavorite affiliation of Kentish Explorers.
Right.
So it's most people don't know, but sort of like most Victorian sci-fi novels are written around Kent and the south of England. The War of the Worlds only happens between Mars and Surrey and London.
Wow.
The first men in the moon, they launch from Romney Marsh, go to the moon, and then land back at Romney Marsh. Even NASA can't land at the same place they launched from.
Is it down to, you think, the literary heritage from Rochester?
It was H.G. Wells, it was Charles Dickens, because there was so many, everyone gravitated towards London, and gravitated towards London, you then had people go, well, we're here, and all the authors all hung out together, but they didn't live in London, they lived on the outskirts, which was Kent. So they wrote about where they knew, which is, this one is set in Kent, and this one's set in Manchester, purely to have a movie around.